Imperfectly perfect, imperfectly perfect. Imperfectly perfect, imperfect, imperfectly, imperfectly perfect, imperfectly perfect couple. Oh yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of the Imperfectly Perfect Couple. I'm Kandy.
I'm Tank.
And what's going on with you, sir?
Feel pretty good. Can't complain. You?
Same here. I'm good.
Good deal. Good deal. Good deal. So what's new?
We went today to the Burger Shack. That's what's new. And I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, big shout out to y'all. Even though that they parking suck.
Yeah, they parking is like in between
Parking
transmission shop and
terrible.
something else, and it's just cars just everywhere. So, like, what we would recommend the next time we go would be to call ahead of time.
Yeah, especially based on the distance that we coming from.
Yeah, so like, I had this Superman cheesecake. What was it? Milkshake?
Milkshake, yeah.
And then the girls, they had the strawberry shortcake milkshake. And then I had, what was that, a keto burger?
Keto wrap burger or something.
Keto burger.
A lettuce burger.
Well, it had chicken and shrimp on it, so that's what I had. And then Cassidy had like some wings. She just did some regular. You know, our son did some chicken tenders, and then our smallest, our youngest, she had like a burger, which was really good. It was just like a plain cheeseburger.
Her burger was the best, I think. It was better than mine because I got some. What did I get?
A Mac or something like
Yeah, the Shake Mac or something. I mean, which it wasn't bad. Not at all. It wasn't bad at all, but it just wasn't what I was looking for. But it was good. You know what I'm saying? Everything was good. And then based on, I could also say too, just based on the amount of people that was waiting in line or even waiting outside. People was waiting to, to come in and get their thing. You know what I mean? To get their order, either place they order. And people was waiting them 30 and 40 minutes. So
yeah, that Burger Shack though, that's nice. I really enjoyed the milkshakes. I did.
Yeah, they were good.
My burger was pretty good too.
Cause even after the fact, even though that we had what would you say? How long would you say of a ride we had to come back home?
Probably like 30 minutes.
So even after 30 minutes, after a 30-minute ride, the shakes were not melted. Not like how you would think. You know what I'm saying? They were still in good shaky,
very thick,
very shaky, shake type fashion.
And they make it look all pretty and stuff, because the milkshakes had like the strawberry shortcake, ice cream stick, like what is it? Like your Blue Bunny or what's the name of the other brand? Good Humor strawberry shortcake, ice cream stick.
Oh, yeah.
And then like the cheesecake, which I didn't get my Superman cheesecake on top of my shake, but I got it on the side. So
FYI, if y'all order from there, just know that majority of the ones that come like with the cakes and all that, with the cheesecake on top of the shake, that's like a special order. So you gotta kind of specify that. Even though that they do have them in like a little thing that you can order the cheesecakes separate. But yeah, the lady that was in the back, she was she take that making the shakes thing very serious. She take that very serious. What else? What else would you say?
Trying to think of what else went on. Oh, I mean, I've really been enjoying like the fact that, because we did Applebee's too. Like now you can get like your to-go drinks, like your alcoholic drinks if you wanted, a little nightcap or whatever. So I think that that's cool too, that since, the pandemic, they've been incorporating that and letting people carry that out as well. So it's more so stuff like that you kind of see that go on down south. Like they don't really have.
Way up.
Yeah, they don't really have a lot of that stuff like up north or whatever. So like, you know, it was nice to see that
Yeah,
part.
I
You
agree.
know?
I mean, and then even speaking on that type of whole thing of, demicky type of feels or whatnot, we actually got the kids out
Yeah, we did.
in over a year.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong, they've been out, but not like, okay, kids, we're gonna go
Have
here.
fun.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere that's catered and dedicated for them. So we actually did that. And the one thing that I can say, people's mind is made up.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and then it did. Now, the other thing I can say too, it did feel good also seeing the other side of the other narrative. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you're in a house or you listening to certain things or whatever the case, or just when you in your own secluded world, you only looking at your perception. But when you in there, you know what I'm saying, and I'm not saying that this should make a difference, but I mean it just shows you that like people are carrying on with their life. You know what I'm saying? I mean these babies, they most definitely was having the time of their life. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so it was real good. I think if anything, I think that we were probably more so
The ones that were
Yeah.
kind of like a little scared
Yeah.
to let them go anywhere. And, just listening to them talk, and they had been, it's something that they had been talking about that they wanted to do for so long. And I think that hearing them saying, like, oh, I'm just so sick of this, I want to go somewhere. And if we do go somewhere, the only place that we do go is to, like, a store. And it's, like, in and out type of situation,
very quick.
So, like, we haven't been taking them anywhere just because of all of this. And I was really excited for them because they really had a good time. So,
And then I think like when I knew it was real is when our youngest, when she had basically hit me up, and we was me and her was sitting on the couch watching a movie, and just out of nowhere she like, I'm tired of the virus, and I'm tired of this, I'm tired of that, and she 3, and it's irritating, it's getting on my nerves, and I'm like damn, what the hell you know about that? And then also speaking of that too. So for those people that do decide to engage and get out and take your kids XYZ, please watch your damn kids.
oh my God, yes.
I let her take that.
Please, because it was maybe like a 1-year-old, little 1.5-year-old, kept trying to get up in our 3-year-old's face, and already being, having sheltered them, in a sense this time that they've been since all of this. She was running up to, our youngest, trying to put her hands in her face, trying to touch her, and
it was because of the mask, but that still don't make a difference because she had on a Mickey Mouse mask. Our daughter did.
Yeah, and she was excited about that, and being that, you would think that people would be watching their kids
More so than ever.
More so than ever, just with
Yeah.
everything and people with the fear of germs and all of that stuff, but
Some people don't care.
yeah, so they weren't paying
people
attention. So we had to and hurry up and like block. Don't touch her face.
Right.
Back
right.
on up. So
Right.
and it's sad because before we didn't have to be like that. You know what I'm saying?
But
It's
you just don't know.
you just don't know. So
You could be the walking it. So no. Keep them fingers over there.
yeah. So.
And then I think also too, what was adding on to the feel or whatnot is that the weather. This was like the first time in a while since because of all the last year. It was
Nice.
we was experiencing what everybody else was going through last
50-degree
year.
weather and everything.
So this was kind of like like T Grizzly first day out type song. You know what I mean? Everybody was feeling good. You had things that were open. Car washes were jumping.
Sun was shining.
Sun was nice. I mean, it was really nice. You had to take part. So that it was kind of like the rebirth in a way. You know what I'm saying? That's what I kind of felt. But we were reminded, the weather kind of went back to gray and
yes,
gloomy,
very much
cloudy.
raining, sprinkling.
Yeah, so we got a quick reminder. Most definitely we did. Yeah. So other than that, I mean.
Oh, and I got the puppy groomed. His first little like actual haircut.
Which I don't like.
He don't like it.
I don't like it because he was fluffy. He was fluffy at first, but now they got him looking like
He look like a terrier now. That's what he kind of reminds me of. Like he looks like a Yorkie.
I don't like.
He's a Shih Tzu mix. So basically, when I took him in there to get groomed, basically she told me like how much this one would take off and how much it would leave him. So I was like, okay, well let's leave him with 3/4 of an inch, because she said like that was the next that was the popular one when people chose to.
They're probably lazy as hell because they don't want to take their dogs all the time.
Yeah, that's true, but I mean, I know next time, but I like how he looks. You know,
it's not bad.
The kids like how he looks, so he kind of remind me of like how short hair he was when we first brought him home when he was a puppy. So that's what he reminds me of. So
yeah, he's
just like, a little bigger.
Still look like that dog from that movie. With them
kids
was flying on the dog's back.
The never ending story.
Oh my God, he looked just like that dog. He just needs some flappy ears.
No.
Other than that, yeah. So anything on social media that caught your attention?
Yeah. So like, what do you do? Like, the anticipation has been building up. What do you do when you finally, and this could be, pre-us and all of that stuff, you've had a crush on somebody for the longest. What do you do when you finally get around that crush and that person is not what you thought or who you thought that they were? So like, you just like all of a sudden you like, ugh, like this is the person I kind of been like crushing over this whole time. This is not what I was expecting.
I don't know, but I like to most definitely hear what the people say. 1844 YOUVENT 1844.
You vent.
Right, because our show was about to fuck it up. See? Through that alley hoop, she caught it. Send in emails. You know what I mean? At imperfectlyperfectcouple@gmail.com, or you can hit the inboxes on Facebook or Instagram. Or you can dial that number again, 1844
You vent. YOUVENT.
Now, damn. I mean, I think in most cases, what people normally do, people probably would what I've done in the past.
I was just about to say, I want to hear what you.
What I've done in the past. I don't even think it's necessarily been like a crush. I don't even think that. I mean, because in most cases, how I met people, it wasn't the norm. It was always like a third entity involved. You know what I'm saying? It was always a common factor there. Now, how common this factor may be, may vary, but it was always like a common type of factor. But I mean, nevertheless, I would say I play it off. I would play it off like if it was a thing to where it was like, this motherfucker just dumb as hell, or I'm serious. I would just like, oh, okay, and in my mind I'm like, I'm never talking to your ass again because you stupid as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just ain't got no brain. So I think it was more so like a playoff thing. You know what I mean? Because like, what can you do? What can you say? You know what I mean? So, I mean, I think that's what I would. That's how I think I would and have handled it. You know what I mean? What about you?
I've stopped talking to the person. Like.
But no, like right then and there.
Right then and there. I mean, I've tried to like play it off like, okay. Like, this wasn't really what I was expecting, or try to find some type of way just to leave, or I got something to do, or I told my mama I was going to help her with whatever the case. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always had some type of, like, excuse in my back pocket to kind of leave. But, then after that, following up, if it's been a thing to where if that person contacted me or called me, I would, what they call like friend zone people. Like, I either wouldn't answer my phone or answer text messages, or I just wouldn't talk to you. If I didn't find you interesting, like at that particular time, or you were on a different level than what I was trying to be on at that moment, I mean, I would just avoid you at all costs. That's just what I would do.
Avoiding. Most definitely avoiding, because that can work. That'll probably be like the most safest route, you know what
But
I mean?
now I've also seen a poster where somebody was just very upfront and honest about the fact that they had been around somebody, and there was a gentleman coming at the woman and basically saying, "Hey, you're not really my type," and he was being completely honest about it, completely respectful about it, but some women will kind of take that offensive and not take it as him being honest because she's not what he was looking for. So that can be hurtful for some women too, like, because a woman always wants to feel like she's wanted, and in the moment that she's feeling rejected because she thought she was all of that in a bag of chips, that can be.
So what are you saying? It could be flattering for that woman?
Well, it's not necessarily flattering for the woman if she's being rejected. But, like, she's thinking at that point in time, like, shoot, I can pull anybody. I know I got this going for myself, this going for myself. I know I got the looks. And he may be coming at you like, look, you not really what I was expecting. You not really what I want. So, but I think when a man does it to a woman, it's more so a little more heartbreaking to the woman when she's being rejected. Because I think men are kind of used, in a sense, to being rejected or not being that female's type.
All right. Well, what caught my attention? Well, one of the things is I got several things. That's what I'm over here doing. Trying to decide on what I was going to bring to the table, to the bar. So what I'm going to bring to the bar is it's this meme, and it pretty much says, ladies, can you marry a man that makes less than you? I don't mean make less than you. I mean he will always make less than you. Can you? Can you?
Yeah, I could. Because your money got to be going somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, you getting up and you making a living just like me. Okay, like if you just doing just some type of like work to where, I don't know that it's not necessarily promising. I think that, or not necessarily a promising pay or a promising type of job or something like that. I feel that I would have an issue with that more so if you're not bringing nothing to the table, because anybody cannot bring anything to the table. And it got to be what that man is wanting and desire too. Like, do you want to just work, at a fast food chain? Do you want to just work at a dollar store or, something like that? Is that why, what I'm saying? Like, what's your motive or what's your goal behind it? And I feel like if it's a thing to where it's like some type of like goal set or some type of, something.
Right.
It got to be something that's going on extra,
Because now at the same time, I've also been seeing like posts that's been kind of like not the opposite of that, but it's been asking like ladies the question to where if it's like, and I think we spoke on this too, and even single women can chime in on this too, for a man to make X amount of dollars, know how to cook, and he cooks. I mean, he basically managing and taking care of everything at the crib. What the hell are you bringing to the table? Besides some good loving. And that's if you in the mood to do that shit. So it's like, really, really, and I've been seeing these memes, quite a bit. So it's like, what else are you bringing to the table? If this man, he's already goal orientated. You know what I'm saying? He's doing everything. He got the nice car, the nice house, the nice bank account. He can cook, he can clean, everything, managing books. He's doing perfectly fine without a woman being in that presence. What else are you gonna bring to that equation? What else could a woman bring?
The same. If not, you know what I'm saying? Something. You can't just walk into a situation and just think that you're going to just flat out, like, we had that conversation like maybe an episode or two ago. You can't just come in a situation and think that you just about to juice somebody and thinking that they're not going to necessarily say something to you, because eventually I'm pretty sure that type of a man that has all of that going for himself is going to want somebody that's going to at least meet some of his requirements. Like, it's not going to be, you coming in and you kicking off your shoes, and you know what I'm saying? Because if he met you like that and you just gonna be that, I guess, so-called 20%, he gonna keep you at that 20% and just use you for what you dishing out.
Yeah.
That loving or that sex or whatever you coming around for. And 9 times out of 10, he probably ain't even gonna let you stay the night. Like, he gonna send you on.
Now, this is something else, too. We're gonna get into this, too. Something else that I've been seeing. Something else that I've been seeing is that you all can like, share, subscribe, and follow to the Imperfectly Perfect Couple page on Facebook and Instagram. And you can also call 1-844-YOUVENT. But the other thing that I've been seeing is, which is so damn confusing to me, and I think majority of the men that's on social media or even out in public, but most definitely that's on social media, you know. Women, y'all post all of these sexual, and I'm not saying nude, but I'm saying you're posting pics, you know, looking all good, lips glossy, maybe showing a little breast meat.
Breast meat. This shit. Breast meat. Cleavage. Breast meat. Boobage. All right. Boobery.
Then, you know, you do this on the pics, but then you follow up. Niggas be thirsty. They be thirsty. Guys is thirsty. What the hell? That's just like saying a lion is fucking animal for want to attack some prey. If any straight man see a nice looking woman, I mean, what the hell? You advertising. You doing what the peacocks do. You doing at that point you advertising. I think that I really believe that, you know, reality TV and social media has gotten a lot of these women head messed up. I really think they do. Because when a guy try to shoot their shot and be in the you advertising for something. I ain't looking for them like that. Dang, they thirsty. Man, if you don't sit your simple ass down somewhere, simple. I know I'm gonna hear some shit about that.
Oh yeah, maybe they're not doing it for the man's attention.
Well, you damn.
Playing devil's advocate.
Damn. Okay, ladies. Maybe y'all not doing it for our attention.
I mean, I'm just being honest. I mean, it's a lot of women out there that like that attention from other women. And because you know, not necessarily to be on a lesbian type tip or something like that, but you know, women have been on this empowerment mode too. Oh, let's build each other up. Let's adjust our crowns. Women act like they can't give other women compliments, and you know that type of.
But this is like deal. This. But you know, Facebook work off analytics. You know, social media work off analytics. So it's a thing to where it's not. You know, this is a constant thing though.
I know.
From women, and these be the same women.
I've seen it.
That have the issues when guys comment on a picture or do this or in the inbox.
When they inbox the basketball in their inbox. I mean, we see it all the time. I mean, you see people screenshot stuff. Look, somebody said they left their ball in my inbox or something.
My thing is, ladies, please call in 1-844-YOUVENT or leave a voicemail. You can leave a voicemail on there.
Mm-hmm.
All messages are considered anonymous unless you say otherwise. And that's the same thing with emails and all that type of stuff. All that type of unless you want to be known, you know.
Unless you don't mind sharing your life story.
Other than that, that's it. Everything is anonymous.
Oh, I want to give a shout out. Also, I forgot that we had the Liquor Baskets food too over the weekend. Yeah. I think it's Great Taste LLC. I'm probably butchering the name. But in the Liquor Basket on Gratiot next to the Fago plant, it's in the plaza with a Family Dollar and a Save a Lot or something
just say the Save a Lot.
Save a Lot.
It's the Save a Lot, and you got the Save a Lot on one side, and you got the Fago factory that's taking up the rest of the
Right. It's a small little liquor store right there, and it's called the Liquor Basket. I don't think the sign is out on the outside that says Liquor Basket, but they have a catering company that's in there, and they have awesome food too. I got me a crab leg dinner, And it was very tasty. And Tank had the salmon. And it was very tasty.
Yeah, so it was good.
We wanted to shout out the Liquor Basket and the catering company inside as well.
I can't complain. I can't complain about it.
We got some good food this weekend.
Yeah, all when it comes to her.
Yep.
She's a foodie.
Yeah, I gotta find it.
Hey.
I gotta find a great taste in the city.
Now speaking of food, I got a bone to pick. I know I haven't mentioned this, but it just amazes me that when things take place in the city, such as, or not necessarily the city, but when it's us's, our melanated people, right? When it's us's that want to, that's doing the reacting to food or whatnot, just like with the chicken sandwiches that took the world by storm. Was that last year and a half?
Yes.
I didn't want to say their name, but you did.
Oh,
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
So just like when the chicken sandwiches, took the world by storm, and of course it was us, and of course it was us badgering and doing videos and look at this, look at that, look at this, look at that. But let me switch it on you. You don't see those in the burbs with the Chick-fil-A's, and their lines is 3 times as long. You don't see them doing that to each other. So can we please just stop with the bullshit?
You see that line wrapped around 3 times.
3 times.
3 times before you even can get to the ordering menu.
3 times. Ridiculous.
They're waiting patiently for them nice chicken sandwiches and the chicken bites. We rode past there over the weekend. And Tank was like, "Oh no, we are not waiting.
We're not about to go on there." Now, to me, that's some straight coonery right there. That's crazy. That is insane. But once again, since it's chicken, and it was Popeyes, and it was so you seen us, we had to badger us. But it was a lot of the Willie O'Neills though. The William O'Neills. It was yeah. It was a lot of the William O'Neill. See, I was about to say the Willie Lynch letter. Yeah, it was a lot of the William. People who talk like that. That's a lot of them. That focus on that type of stuff. Man, cut it out, cuz. And that's been going on for years with them. With their lines being long, that's been going on for years.
That was before the chicken sandwich.
That was before that.
I was just in the line to get the $5 shrimp box. That's all I wanted was a tackle box.
That is crazy. That is crazy. Well, do you want to take a break? I think we should, because as usual,
you out of drink.
I'm out of fuel. I think I may need it going into this next topic. So, hey, we'll be back.
I'm in the back on bottle, RL on, and I got me a model. She know red bone skin like Coco. A gang full of pretty things, begging low so. Your girl cold, man, she saying you a bozo. She said you hack her social on the low. I never give my 2 cents, that's a no. Plus I ain't finna be another nigga promo. So tell the way to bring a bottle, what a do say. And tell your shorty be a lady, not a groupie. And we gon' have it going up like a Tuesday. So gon' take it to the head like a toupee. My homie Vine walked in yelling Duke. FaceTiming with a freak like Boosie. Her booty beat.
The Caster Spot, the only location for audio and visual podcasts, all of your favorite podcast shows in one location.
All right. We are back. So, what you got?
So basically, this is something that is always discussed, whether if you're looking to enter a relationship or if you're dating someone, whatever the case. But there's always the question that determines sometimes the outcome if the relationship may or may not be started, and that is, how many partners have you been with? Whether if it's the man asking the woman or vice versa. So this is sometimes looked at differently when it comes to being a woman. If you've had over a certain amount, like some men don't want a woman that's had over a handful or over 2 handfuls of different men because they feel that you may have a little more miles on you than you should have. So that's basically the topic. Like, is there a certain limit when it comes to determining how many partners a woman or a man should have?
You say, is there a limit?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a limit?
Like, how is that looked at when you're approaching a relationship? Like, say, for instance, you're single. You're not, with anybody. You're dating somebody. And you ask that young lady, how many people have you slept with? Because that's going to come up, eventually. Especially if you're looking to enter a relationship. Sometimes it don't even matter if you just looking to smash. But, like, that's something that if you're considering making this woman your girlfriend, or if this woman is considering making this man her boyfriend, whatever, that's a question that's always asked.
Does
that matter?
To a certain degree. I think to a certain degree it does. Mm-hmm. I mean, because it's a thing to where, you got people. First of all, I most definitely don't think it matters in this time and day and age. I don't think it matters. You know what I'm saying? I think people may probably portray that it's like a big deal. I mean, especially with guys. I think most guys may portray, you know what I'm saying? Because you just, we all done seen some guys wife some of the biggest rats there are. So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? So I would say most definitely I don't think it really matters. I mean, because you can't control your emotions and your feelings, man. You know what I mean? So if it's a thing to where if this chick, is that one that then did whatever, you know what I'm saying? And then I think it's levels to it first. I gotta put that, if I can put that in front of it. I think it's levels to it on if it did matter or the topic at hand. You know what I'm saying? If it became an issue. And what I mean by levels, like say for instance, she could be a low-key rat.
True.
Or we ain't gonna even say rat. We'd just say she could just be low-key. She can be a low-key promiscuous. Did I say that right?
Promiscuous.
Yeah, promiscuous. What'd I say?
Promiscuous.
What is it?
Promiscuous.
She can be a low-key get-around girl. You know what I mean? And if that's the case, if you low-key, I don't think it will be a big problem because who know about your business?
Right.
But if it's a thing to where if people can, that's her right there, dog. Well, that's the one for the bubble gum. You know what I'm saying?
For the bubble gum.
She like to blow you for the bubble gum. So no.
I never heard that one.
For the 40 ball, you know what I mean? But yeah, I just think it all depends. I just think it all depends on her level, on how she may carry herself. You know what I'm saying? Because some of the best. I look at it like this. Just look at it on the flip side. You've heard women say this about guys to the point where that they may be dealing with. I know he the biggest hoe. Da, 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 da. They be mad at him. He ain't nothing but a hoe.
But she want that hoe.
But she want him. She mad at him. Her emotions is attached. You know what I'm saying? Is attached to this guy. Mm-hmm. So I just think I think it's just levels to it. It's levels to it. And then because I've also heard, depending on like if a woman don't have no experience at all, that could be a problem. That can be a huge problem if she's very, very like conservative, and it's like, dog, you sure you want to mess with that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's because it's like the thing of, hey, you touch it with your finger, you got psychopath on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's so I just think it just all depends. It's a 50-50 thing.
Yeah.
You?
I think it's dependent on the mindset of the person. I think that too. I think that depending upon how the person handles themselves, if they have one partner or if they've had 10.
Okay. What was your mindset with me? Fuck it. I'll put myself out there.
I was like, wow. I mean, comparing my situation to your situation, because, you know, you knew what my situation was. You know, I was like, okay. Like, I mean, because I didn't, you know what I'm saying? Because I was green to a lot of stuff. So, I mean, I really didn't know, like, okay, like, how old are we and what? Like, that's kind of how I was. And I'm like, well, it's a 2-year age difference between us. So, I'm 2 years younger. So, it was just one of those things to where I was really looking for how you were going to treat me in a situation. Like, were you really going to, you know what I'm saying, like, be patient with me and how you were going to foresee us moving forward was the main thing with, you know, between me and you. Like, you know, don't get me wrong, I wanted somebody that had some experience and stuff. Like, I didn't want to just be with somebody who didn't know what they were doing. You know, because I felt that that's really important for me. But, you know, I think overall I had to look at you into, you know, as a person and see where you were coming from, to see where you were at
My
mentally.
Virgo-ness.
To see where you were at mentally.
My Virgo-ness.
My Arian-ness. So that's what my main thing was.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, I like I said, I just think it just all depends. It all depends on the individual, you know what I mean? I think it all depends on the individual and, you know, how they carry themselves as a whole, you know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, I think that speaks for itself. Because you got some people that don't necessarily care.
That's true, too.
You know, but most definitely we would like to know what you guys think. Hit them with that number.
1844 you vent. We should really put those numbers on there, too.
I did.
Underneath the you vent.
You see, you ain't watched a lot.
Oh my goodness!
She don't watch the episodes.
Listen, I be having a lot of stuff going on.
It was actually in the promo that you posted.
I didn't even see that. I just seen the words.
What you mean?
I just seen the words. I didn't see the numbers under the words.
Oh, what the you vent? You talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah,
that's
we
what
can
I'm
do
saying.
that.
That should be added too, because sometimes
I change it because people act like they don't understand.
You got some people that look and be like, I don't know why is on
No, I got
the
you.
rotary.
I got you. No, I got you. Not nobody using no rotary phones, but
I miss
for
them
sure.
phones.
I think we got something at work though. But yeah, most definitely chime in.
Of course, we want to hear what you guys have to say. What have been your experiences with this? Like, I mean, we're not the only ones that have been through this, so.
Right. Because I'm quite sure that there are some people to where that was like on the brinks.
Breaker.
Yeah, that was on the brinks. You know what I mean? That was on the brinks. Like I wonder how would that affect to where if you had a guy that was more so conservative, but then the chick was more so like
out there a little bit.
Yeah, and was like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
How did that play, or how would that play?
I think it'd probably be the same thing, because if he in a situation to where he don't know necessarily like what's going on or like what to do or what to expect, if she coming with him like, shoot, I done been with like 15 people, he'd probably looking at her like, oh my God.
Probably.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because it's more so frowned upon when women have more than a certain amount of sexual partners. You know what I'm saying? And then I also think that it really matters either in both situations if you're being safe about it too. Because you can sleep with a bunch of people, but how many like STDs and stuff, you know, have you contracted? Like, are you being safe with all of this stuff? You know? That's one of the main reasons too. Like you gotta make sure you're doing the stuff responsibly.
Well, that's why you do your due diligence.
Oh yeah,
you go
of course.
Get your test.
You go get your test and all of that stuff, because it's, you know, shoot.
And then for the fellas, don't just wait for your baby mama or whoever it was you was talking to see what her test results come back, and you think that you good because she was good. No, you take your tail to the doctor. They got all type of clinics that you could go to. And do your thing, you know what I'm saying? And let that be that.
I mean, because that was, like, important for our relationship. Like, that's something me and you did.
Yeah.
Before we even got, like, before we even took it there. We like, let me see your results, you know?
See your paperwork. See your paperwork types, you know what I'm saying?
That was important.
See your paperwork. Yeah, man. So, I mean, hey, yeah. So, like I said, I just think it all depends. on the person themselves, on how they carry themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's a thing, and then what and then what each other intents are, because like you said before.
Because if you ain't really talking about a relationship, I mean, it ain't really gonna matter if you just there in the heat of the moment.
Many hookups and
just
don't
do it safely.
Don't you know what I mean? It don't even matter, man. So. Yeah, I mean, well, on that note, I mean, I don't know. You want to go somewhere else with it? Are we done? You want to end the show or what?
What are you going to take it?
I don't know. Well, one thing I can say is your hair is looking really beautiful and your lips are really shiny.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I try to self-care and keep myself
That's right.
up.
Got to.
Because that's important, you know. You got to try to do what you got to do when you can make time for yourself to do it.
Got to.
Yep.
Got to.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Thank you, Schnookums.
Well, for sure. Well, other than that, I mean, what would you like to say about this episode?
I appreciate your love letters and your love notes and stuff.
Oh, I did do that.
Yeah.
I did.
That's what happened this week, too. Like, where, in these last few days, I got a nice little love letter. I hadn't gotten a love letter in a long time. And it was just nice to get something like that when it's not a holiday or, that's something that he used to do a lot for me, too.
Well, I did see something online and I got inspired. You know what I mean? I seen something online. I got inspired. And I seen that and I was at work. I'm like, I ain't doing shit anyway. I'm just here. Damn, what I'm supposed to write with?
You ain't doing nothing.
I wasn't doing. At work it was quiet. That's what I mean. Like I wasn't busy. Like at work, you know what I'm saying. Like I had time. You know what I'm saying. I had time to, And I'm like, shit. Well, let me go ahead. Because my patients wasn't. It wasn't. Being call light offenders. They wasn't doing none of that type of stuff. They were smooth. So after I seen what I saw, I'm like, damn. Do I write with a pen? Should I get a pencil? And I'm like, okay, I want this to be real. So go get a pencil. Found a pencil, sharpened it at work. Got some paper. And it took me old school. And then like the amazing, I would say like one of the most amazing parts about like actually writing the letter. You would just be surprised, like, on how your thoughts can fill up a page so quickly. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things that, that kind of shocked me because I'm like, damn, and I don't think I wrote big neither. I don't think I wrote that big, but I filled that, huh?
You write little anyway, so.
And I filled that paper up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm like, okay. So, yeah, it felt good. It felt good doing that. You know what I'm saying? Writing a letter, especially when she didn't see it come. And then I almost got like, I was almost like pissed off because I thought that I had missed her, like from the drop off point or the pickup point to where, picking up the kids and then her going to work. I thought that I was like late. So I'm one of them type of people to where I want it my way right now when it's supposed to be done. So in my mind, it was supposed to happen like that.
Oh, do you?
Man, hell yeah. That's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? And I was about to be, but then I was like, okay, bet. When I seen your vehicle down, up the way, I'm like, okay, cool. That's what's up. So, hey, well, I'm glad you.
I appreciate that.
No, say what you said. Say what you said when I handed you the letter, though.
I was like, what is this?
Because I was still pissed off from work a little bit. So I really didn't say too much.
How he handed it to me? He handed it to me real like gangster through the window like here.
I did one of these. I did one of these. I'm like,
right. And
she bagging out. And she bagging out.
I was like, what is this? I was like, are you leaving me?
Like, are you leaving me?
Are you about to leave me? And then he gonna look at me with this little devilish smirk. I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, I'm about to read this as soon as I get to work. Okay.
Oh, man. So,
I almost read it. But it was long as hell. I almost read it trying to get out the driveway from my folks. So
you did it now.
I know. I'm like, shit, I'm about to get left.
You done it now. But yeah. Well, this is another one in the books. You gonna wrap it up, B? Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Cha-ching.
What you got to say?
So, always as a reminder, be safe, kind and courteous. Don't let your thoughts get the best of you when it comes to making decisions when you out here trying to do stuff for your babies or for yourselves. Just go out there and be safe. Do what you got to do. And also, when it comes to relationships and trying to enter new things and venturing off with people, whether it may be a one-nighter or you thinking that it's going to lead into a relationship, still be safe. Still be safe. Because there's too much stuff that's out here floating around that you can catch, and we don't want our people catching this. You know what I'm saying?
Wrap it up, B. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. That's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
A whole nother show. Wrap it up. Protect yourself. Do what you got to do. So, I think that that's important. Always be mindful that the things that you say can and will hurt somebody's feelings. So, you know, you got to be mindful and place yourself in that person's shoes so that you're not coming off too harsh or too judgmental to their situation, because you never know how a person lives and how they may have lived their life and how they could have changed their life for the better.
And the things that you say can be used against you in the court of law.
Oh, okay.
So always remember what you say.
All right, that's all I got. I ain't got nothing else.
Well, look.
Took me left.
And ladies,
you say something.
Be smooth. When y'all posted them pictures, dudes ain't doing nothing but we're just reacting. It ain't nothing but like y'all are like that piece of sugar.
As long as you're not being harassing.
Right. As long
But
as it's
you
being
can-
respectful. But if a dude, you know, hey, just let the nigga, just let him get his little look on, his little comment or like on.
Right.
Keep doing what you do. Obviously you like it because your nappy head ass keep posting it.
Oh my God.
I mean, you keep posting it. All right, let me get up out here. I don't get into trouble. And as always, hey.
Imperfectly perfect, imperfectly perfect. Imperfectly perfect, imperfectly